Good evening, and welcome to tonight's virtual information session sponsored by Davidson Davie Community College. Tonight's topic is focused on student life and athletics. Please be reminded that tonight's information session is being broadcast via Zoom, Facebook, and is being recorded. We have a very interesting panelists that have joined us tonight, where we can get an overview about the athletic program, about student life on the campus of Davidson Davie Community College. We will have an opportunity for you to include any questions that you may have in the chat, which we will refer to at some point before the end of the session. So with no further ado, I will turn it over to Ms. Kaylin Asap for her overview on athletics.
Thank you, and thanks to all who are joining us this evening, and a special thanks to our panelists who are current students at Davidson Davie. I just wanted to give you an overview of what to expect this evening, so thank you, William, for that warm welcome. We'll go into a presentation to talk a little bit about the athletic programs at Davidson Davie, followed by insight from Lynn Watts, our Director of Student Life at Davidson Davie, and then we'll jump into the student panel and the Q&A. So if you do have questions for our students and current students and want to know what it's like to be a student at Davidson Davie and how you can get involved, that would be a great time for you to share that. I'm going to speak briefly on athletics. Unfortunately, our Director of Athletics, Matt Ridge, had another obligation due to the weather. He is coaching a basketball game this evening for us, an away game in Virginia. So that game was postponed. So he does send his regards and wishes that he could be here, but he does share his contact information so that you can follow up if you do have any questions there. A little bit about Storm Athletics at Davidson Davie. So Storm Athletics was established in 2007-2008 academic year with men's basketball and women's volleyball. And then in 2019, it expanded its programs to include men's and women's golf. And since then, all three sports have had many accomplishments and achievements. So going to a little bit more information about men's basketball specifically. So during its 14-year history, the basketball program at Davidson Davie has become one of the elite junior colleges basketball programs in the country. In national tournament play, they finished top ranks for several years, including a second place finish last year, so 2021 year. So we're very excited and thrilled for the program, where it is and where it's going in the future. They continue to bring on new talented recruits that help buy them into the team concept. And for the past 14 years, the Storm has won 363 games as opposed to their losses of only 77. So a very talented group of athletes that are led by head coach Matt Ridge, who's also our Director of Athletics, and our assistant coach Josh Allen. Their contact information is listed here. If you do have any questions about the recruitment process, wanting to engage with the men's basketball program, please feel free to reach out. So a little bit about how do you make the team. So they do have a walk-on and tryout process, usually at the beginning of each fall term. So students interested would want to contact and reach out to the coaches and then attend the tryouts. There are also recruitment opportunities for interested athletes as well. So students are required to carry a full load. So with Coach Ridge, they get advised, they have an advisor that they work with in academic advising to ensure that they're taking the correct academic load to be successful and be able to compete on the team. You have to turn in a recent physical to Coach Ridge and maintain all the eligibility rules of the NJCAA. Few pictures to highlight our Storm basketball program. We do have a wonderful gym on campus that hosts our home games, so students can get involved and take advantage of going and seeing their play as well. We'll move on to our women's volleyball program, which we do have a student athlete from the women's volleyball program here. So it was established when our athletics program started in 2007-2008. The volleyball program was and is a national and regional contender since 2007. The Storm quickly rose in ranks and became one of the elite Division III women's teams and has since moved on to the Division II with the NJCAA conference. So along with the two other programs. To reach out to the coaches, here's the coach contact information. Steve Elliott is our head coach, and our assistant coach is Mackenzie Burkhart, and they welcome communicating with you. To get involved and in the program and try out, they do offer open gyms. You know, this has looked a little bit different with COVID, so maybe we can get some insight shed on that by our current volleyball athlete. But they typically do offer open gyms and tryouts for students that are interested in the program. This includes current Davidson Davie Community College students, as well as high school seniors that are looking to be recruited to play in college at the collegiate level. So you can contact one of the coaches to inquire as to when these occur and what this looks like this year. So typically held in the spring and summer. And just some photos of our Storm volleyball program. And then we'll move on to the women's and men's golf program here at Davidson Davie. Again, this is the most recent addition, so started in 2019 to include both men's and women's golf at Davidson Davie, and the Storm Golf competes in the Division II Region 10. Michael Branscombe is the head coach for both programs, so if you do have any questions about either of the men's or women's golf programs and getting recruited, please reach out to him. Although they do have a recruitment form available on our website that you can go to submit to demonstrate that you're interested, and have him reach out to you so that you can be in contact. And just a few photographs of our Storm Golf program as well. A big thing about collegiate athletics is making sure that you remain eligible so that you can take advantage of being a part of the athletic programs. So in order to maintain eligibility, students must pass at least 12 hours, which is a full-time course load, each semester. And students also must maintain a GPA of at least a 2.0 or higher. We do have a number of support staff on campus to make sure that our students athletes are successful, not just on the court, but also in the classroom, because you are student athletes. So students first, athletes second. And so it's really important that you're getting the full experience and that you have that support necessary. So not only are your coaches going to be great resources for you, but you do have an academic advisor that works exclusively with our student athletes, as well as opportunities for tutoring on campus and any other needs that you would need outside of or inside the classroom. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over at this time to Lynn Watts so she can take us through the student life and leadership component.
Thank you, Kaylin. Well, as Kaylin said, I am the Director of Student Life, and my name is Lynn Watts, and we have another Student Life member, and I'll introduce her in just a moment. But we want to share with you the fact that your college experience is going to be and should be more than just the classroom. So we really recommend that you participate in some way or another in student life, campus life, while you are here at Davidson Davie Community College. Now, our goal is to help you to do that. And so the mission of the Office of Student Life is to assist in the development of lifelong learners and leaders by providing quality programs and services that complement and enhance the academic experience. And so I already introduced myself. I don't believe Michael McGee, he is also a member of the Student Life staff. I don't believe he's on the call, but I see Sharika. Sharika, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I'm Miss Usher. We take student life very seriously at Davidson Davie Community College. We understand that getting involved on your campus really means a lot, because sometimes it can feel like you're alone, right? And the way that you can not feel alone is by joining a club, getting involved, allowing your voice to be heard. And that is what student life is all about. So if you decide to come to Davidson Davie Community College, I would love for you to stop by the office, tell me what your interests are, tell us what you like to do, and we would love to see if we can bring that to campus.
Thank you, Sarita. And so how do students use our office? Well, through student government, student ambassadors, student clubs and organizations, student activities, community service. We also have a food pantry through co-curricular programming. And this is a program that we have engaged with your instructor to make sure we bring something that will enhance whatever you are studying in the classroom. So for example, we brought to campus a theater group who performed Hamlet, and one of the English classes was reading Hamlet, and they said it was very, very helpful to have it acted out for them. We also have a student lounge that is adjacent to our office, and we have a new one in the G building. And so why get involved on campus? Well, studies have shown that college student involvement is positively related to good grades, your brain development, overall well-being, leadership skills, and multicultural awareness. Now, there are many benefits of campus involvement, but I wanted to highlight just 7 of them that I think are very, very important. Well, the first benefit is that you will make new friends. And who knows, you may meet your new best friend at a college-sponsored activity. Another benefit of campus involvement is the leadership opportunities. Taking on leadership roles not only may help prepare you for future jobs, but it's also going to teach you good leadership skills, such as how to work with and motivate others. And if you want to get involved here on campus, we have leadership opportunities in the form of student government, student ambassadors, and even starting your own club. I think Ms. Usher alluded to this earlier. Getting involved helps, believe it or not, to reduce stress. Although it's time consuming, it provides a break from schoolwork, and it helps to alleviate some of that stress and even make college more enjoyable and balanced. A fourth benefit of campus involvement is discovering all these great interests. We have numerous clubs and organizations that you will be exposed to, and who knows, it might introduce you to a talent you never knew you had. You might even end up with an entirely different career path. Another benefit is that it will build your resume. Being involved in college can add to your resume because any activities you include can show future employers and four-year colleges and others that you have time management skills, various interests, talents outside the classroom, and initiative to create new experiences. Let me share this with you. A Project CEO survey of more than 15,000 students from 40 different colleges found that co-curricular activities have a larger impact than any other opportunity outside the classroom on building essential work skills valued by employers. So students get experience when they are involved in a club with fundraising, creating financial plans, running meetings, and managing peers. And these skills will transfer to almost any discipline. The sixth benefit of campus involvement is that you get better grades and graduation rates. Some studies indicate that being involved in college correlates with better academic performance and well-being. There was a study at Cal State Sacramento, and it found that students who were student organization members, orientation leaders, or who held leadership positions had higher GPAs and graduation rates. And then another study at Purdue University showed that student organization officers earned a significantly higher GPA than regular members of the organization. And student organization members earned a significantly higher GPA than the general student population. That's a good reason to get involved. And finally, the last benefit of campus involvement is that you get to enjoy great performances at little or no cost. Our office brings to campus distinguished lecturers, artists, musicians, and plays at no charge to students or community members. So those are the 7 great reasons to get involved. And so how can you get involved at Davidson Davie Community College? Well, here's a list of our current active organizations. So we have everything from personal interests to organizations connected to your academic field of study. So if you are going into nursing, be sure you join the Association of Nursing Students. If you just like art, you might want to join the Acrylics Club. We also have an Alpha Omega Christian Club. We have a scuba diving club. We also have a teacher education, if that's the route you're going. If you're in our cosmetology program, we have a cosmetic arts club. So we pretty much have a club to cover most interests that you might have. Now, if you do not see something here that you are interested in, we welcome you to stop by the Office of Student Life and you can start your own club. Other ways to get involved at Davidson Davie Community College. You can be part of an honor society. We have the Tau Beta chapter of Phi Theta Kappa here on campus. We also have the Sigma Alpha Pi National Society of Leadership and Success on campus. And both of those organizations are by invitation only, and it's based on your GPA. Other leadership opportunities include Student Government Association, and you're going to hear in just a few moments from our current student government president, as well as one of our student ambassadors. And so I wanted to share with you some of our past distinguished speakers. So we've had two of the former actors from the CBS show CSI. And we've also had, if you're familiar with Jeopardy, Mr. Ken Jennings. And we've had Bugsy Mose. He used to play for the Charlotte Hornets right up the road there, and he came to speak. If you're familiar with the ABC show, What Would You Do? We've had John Quiones. And we've also had a Pulitzer Prize winning author, Miss Sonia Nazario. She wrote Enrique's Journey. And finally, we had Dr. Reed Timmer from the Discovery Channel, Storm Chasing. And so all of these were very, very excellent, distinguished speakers, and the students really, really learned a lot and also got close to a so-called celebrity. And other campus events, we've had African drummers and dancers from Kenya, West Africa. We've had Russian dancers. We've had the Charlotte Ballet. We've had a children's choir from Soweto. We've also had a violinist from Ukraine. And we've had the Piscataway Nation dancers. So we have a variety of programs and activities on campus. And two of our biggest activities is sponsored by the student government, and that's the Fall Fest and Spring Fling. And every semester we bring rides and games and music and food on our courtyard, and we just have a good time. So you would really enjoy that. And some of the other services our office offers, we provide a free flu clinic. We also, as I mentioned before, manage the Storm Food Pantry. We provide evening, weekend coffee. We also do voter registration, safe zone training, community service opportunities, blood drives, and we sponsor the Angel Tree from the Salvation Army. And that pretty much wraps up student life.
All right, well, thank you. So we're going to move right into our student panel. So I'm going to ask that Mr. William Pass goes ahead and kicks us off with our student panel and the first question.
Sure will, Kaylin. I just want to say thank you to you and Lynn for that wonderful overview of services that we provide there on campus for Davidson Davie Community College. Makes me want to go back and sign up again. But I can tell everybody firsthand, I'm the newbie as far as staff on the campus. And from day one, when I walked through the door, Kaylin had donuts for me to walk in the door. I mean, you feel like you're right at home, like you're with family. And I know it's that same way with students. Everyone walking around happy, coming through the courtyard, these different activities. I didn't even know you had these many people to come there on campus. So again, you're going to really enjoy your stay with the college. But my first question to our panelists, and I will select each one for the question. My first question is, first, tell us your name, where you're from, where you went to high school, and what your major is. And I'll start that off with Kelly Williams. If you could give us that information, please.
Hi, so my name is Kelly Williams, and I'm from Trinity, North Carolina, and I went to high school at Wheatmore High School, and my major is an associate in arts.
Thank you so much. I'm going to move right on to Jacob Wright. You could give us an overview, please.
My name is Jacob Wright. I'm also from Trinity, North Carolina. I also went to Wheatmore High School, and I'm majoring in an associate's in science.
Thank you very much, Jacob. Now we're going to move on to our superstar, our president, the SGA person is Joshua Barker, and I'm going to ask you if you can provide us your information.
Yeah, I don't know about superstar, but my name is Joshua Barker. I am from Davidson County. I graduated high school and went to high school in North Davidson, right up the road from the school. And my major at Davidson Davie Community College is an Associates in Arts.
Thank you very much. And Darlene Benitez.
Hi, my name is Darlene Benitez, and I'm from Lexington, North Carolina. I went to Lexington Senior High School, and I am majoring in nursing.
Thank you very much. And I think the only other panelist we have is Elisa Peters. If you could tell us some information on yourself.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Peters, and I'm from Thomasville, North Carolina, and I actually go to high school right here on campus. I'm a junior at the Davidson Early College High School, and I'm getting my associates in arts.
Great, thank you so much. And again, if you have any questions, please post those questions to our chat bar. Next question, what kinds of clubs, organization, or activities are you involved in on the campus? And I think I'm going to start this time. Let's start with Joshua.
So I am I'm the president of student government. I'm also involved in Phi Theta Kappa actively. I'm also a member of the National Society of Leadership and Success. And I'm also a trio member. So yeah, I'm pretty active on campus.
Okay. Kelly?
I am in the volleyball. I'm on the volleyball team at Davidson, and this will be my second year playing.
All right, thank you. Elisa?
The main thing I'm involved with on the campus is being an ambassador for the college, and it gives me a chance to help out with multiple different things.
Thank you. And last but not least, Jacob.
I'm a part of the golf team. It's actually my first year, and we're about to start our first season here coming up in the next few weeks.
Great, great. Okay, moving right on. How has your involvement enhanced your experience at Davidson Davie Community College? Darlene, could you start us off?
I'm sorry. When I first got here to Davidson Davie, I had no idea what was offered. I think my main goal was to take my classes and just like not participate in anything because I was mostly an introvert. And then I found out about the student ambassadors. And when I joined, I was like kind of scared because I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. But the friends that I've made when I became the student ambassador. And what I've learned, it made it really easy. So I think anyone kind of like me who's an introvert should like explore what the college has to offer, because you might never know like what the impact it leads to. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much. Kelly?
Well, being on the volleyball team has given me so many more new friends, and they were, from different high schools. So it really opened me up to more opportunity to hang out with now my closest girlfriends.
Great. Jacob?
I'm right there with Kelly. The golf team has become almost a brotherhood. We're all good friends. We spend a lot of time with each other, especially when we're traveling. And it's made us closer. We hang out a lot more now, even outside of golf. So.
Great. And Elisa, what do you think?
I'm right there with Darlene. I mean, I was very shy and very nervous to get involved with anything on campus, but becoming an ambassador has allowed me to become more open and not as nervous to talk to people and help people out. So I think I've just grown into more of a leader than I was.
Thank you. I can tell you from experience, each of y'all has done an outstanding job representing the college. Just in my times when going around with tours, your openness, your knowledge about the college, your ability to make people feel welcome. I really thank you for that. Next question. What is one thing that surprised you about your experience at Davidson Davie?
Well, I thought it was very interesting to see how they did the 8-week courses as opposed to like a full semester, 16 weeks. I really like the 8 weeks. You could like narrow it down, take more classes in 1 year.
Okay. Jacob?
I really like the freedom that it gives people like Alyssa and things like that. I think I was really surprised as well about how you guys do the 8 weeks. That was something I'd never heard of until I came to Davidson Davie, and I actually like it a lot more than a regular semester.
Darlene?
When I first came here, I was like not expecting a lot, because most of the talk that was going on my senior year of high school, they were like, oh, it's just like a community college, like you won't learn anything and stuff like that. And I really I was kind of thinking about it. And when I first came here and took all of my classes, I was like shocked at how like dedicated the teachers and professors are to teaching the material until like you learn it a lot. That's something that is totally different from what my high school experience was. And even till this day, I am in contact with all of my previous teachers and professors, and like thanking them for really caring about my education, and that, everything that I've learned, I can take into my future thanks to them and their like care and dedication.
Thank you. Elisa?
I was very surprised by how like open this school is, not only with the different classes that you can take, but also everyone on campus is so nice, and they'll talk to anybody even if they don't know you. So I was just surprised by how welcoming everything was, and especially with all the organizations and clubs that you can go to, it's just a very welcoming campus. And starting out my high school here, it's just been a very easy ride. It was very nerve-wracking, being a high schooler going to a college, but everyone here is so nice, and I was just very shocked at how welcoming everyone was.
Great. And Joshua?
Yeah, I'm honestly extremely surprised about how easy it is to get involved on campus. I come from kind of an unorthodox point of view. Went to high school, took a couple years off to regain some mobility. Came back, I decided I want to come back to community college. in order to transfer out to a four-year university. And at first, I didn't anticipate on getting involved on campus initially. But once I realized how accessible the resources were, it was pretty much a no-brainer.
Thank you to each one of you. Thank you so much. What is one piece of advice you would give to someone else, or something that you would want the community to know about your experience at the college?
For me, I'm sorry.
No, yeah.
For me, I would say go ahead and plan out your entire schedule. You have your advisors here, but really go in with your advisors and sit down with them and think out that entire process, because you never know when it might change. And just having that plan already made, it just makes it so much less stressful to go and be here at Davidson Davie. At least it was for me in that matter.
Okay. Joshua?
I'd recommend taking advantage of every opportunity that you can. Like I just mentioned earlier, I wasn't 100% positive what my educational journey was going to be. So just looking at all open doors and taking advantage of each and every one really helps out in a monumental form.
Okay. Thank you. Lisa?
I would just say to not be afraid to get involved, and ask for help. And like Jacob was saying, planning is just a very smart idea, but I would just say not to be afraid to be involved, because, everyone here is willing to help. And if you have a new idea for a new club, Miss Watts, Miss Usher, Mr. McGee is all willing to help you figure out what is best to get started.
Great. Darlene?
To not be scared of joining on camp activities on campus, because as soon you realize that you're not there for a long time, and then you probably regret later in life it would have been nice to join a club and stuff, but once you get into it, maybe your first year, everybody will enjoy it no matter what kind it is. Just basically go for it.
Great. And Kelly?
I want to piggyback off of what Darlene said. I think that everyone should be pushing themselves, but even if it's not through clubs, then they can push themselves through sports. They can try different sports, come and try out. If they've never, played volleyball or golf or basketball, they can always be willing to try out and everything.
Great, great. Kelly, you think I still have a chance to join the team? You think I still am in shape enough where I can make the team?
Yes, of course. Come on out.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Now, the next question. With a lot of time coming out of high school, a lot of times the counselors will try to gear students towards only your four-year institution. I'd like to ask each one of you, what made you select community colleges, and what made you select Davidson Davie Community College? Okay, and I think I'll start that one. Let's see, who did I start with? Let's say Darlene.
I chose Davidson Davie Community College because I wanted to give it a chance. I was like, it's much more convenient. You save more money, just at least studying there for 2 years, and then going to a university is much more convenient. And and it is true. The guidance counselors only guide you to go to a university. You won't really learn anything in community college and stuff. And I heard a lot of that, and also from other students there. And I really wasn't geared towards going to a university first, but I don't regret going to Davidson Davie because I've learned just as much as I think anybody would go to in a university. And I know 2 of my friends that just transferred here from a university, and they were like, the environment is so different. The professors and teachers really care about you. So I'm glad I got to witness that firsthand. And that's something that I will never regret doing first.
Thank you. Kelly?
So I didn't really know where I wanted to go to college at first. And when I was in high school, I learned that Steve was going to be the coach at Davidson, and I have had Steve as my coach since I was in middle school. Like I've grown up with him through my volleyball career. So I chose to go to Davidson solely so I could play for Steve because I love the way he coaches, and it was just a special thing for me that I wanted to play volleyball here and then do my general ed and then transfer to a university.
I chose Davidson Davie because I played golf all throughout high school. It was something that I really enjoyed, and I wanted to continue to do that throughout my high school years. And our coach, Mr. Branscombe, came out and found me in my last few matches for golf, and he offered me a scholarship to come and play at Davidson Davie.
Great, great. Joshua?
Yeah, so I came to Davidson Davie because I was kind of in search for a second chance academically. Did pretty, I'd say subpar in high school. Flunked a lot of classes, stuff like that. So I was looking to gain some more momentum educationally. And Davidson Davie offered phenomenal resources so that I would be able to succeed to my fullest potential. They offer numerous resources, and without those resources, I don't believe I would be here today. So yeah, Davidson Davie as a whole, they really care about their students, about their success rates, because that's what they want. They look at us as the future of America, and that's why I really enjoy Davidson Davie Community College.
Okay, Elisa?
I chose to come to the Davidson Early College here on campus because I wanted a head start, and being here on campus allows me to take the college classes and see what classes I like and what ones I may be interested in for the future. So it just kind of allows me to see all of my options, and it gives me more opportunities.
Okay, great. Kelly, I didn't forget you.
I think I already answer this? Yeah. Okay.
You're muted, William.
Sorry about that. My apologies. Okay, my last question is, where is your Davidson Davie experience going to take you in the future? Or what is your hope that is where it's going to take you?
Joshua, do you want to kick it off?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I think my connection cut out a little bit.
No, it's mine, just me.
So yeah, I'm going to take a lot of stuff due to Davidson Davie's assistance in the upcoming future. I plan on transferring to a four-year university, getting into the investment field and business. And Davidson Davie has really allowed me to grow as a leader and grow as an individual as a whole. It's allowed me to show my true personality in a sense. But when you look at high school, I wasn't able to do that per se. So Davidson Davie is really about fostering growth. And that's something that's going to stick with me forever.
Great. Kelly?
So after Davidson, I plan to get my dental hygiene license. And Davidson has been so helpful with my prerequisites that I have to take. And the advisors have really helped me and helped me figure out which classes that I'll be able to take that will be transferable if I choose to go to a university or a community college.
Great. Jacob?
Davidson has really helped me out by also helping me get my prereqs out of the way so that I can transfer to a four-year university. It's let me be able to keep working while I'm still in school and doing all these other things so that I can transfer hopefully to NC State and continue on and graduate from there.
Great. Elisa?
I hope to transfer to a four-year university, not sure which one yet, but I hope that from this experience at Davidson Davie, I can go to this university and still continue to grow and take all the knowledge that I've gained from here and use it in a different setting and in a different atmosphere.
Great. And Darlene?
I know that in the future it'll help me get my bachelor's degree in nursing, because everything that I've gotten to know here and take all of my classes were really beneficial to me. So I'm glad I got to experience that, and I can't wait for what the future comes for me now that I've got to, I got the privilege to take my classes, everything on here.
So there are a couple of questions that were posed. So I wanted to go ahead and ask those of specifically our student athletes. So what did the recruitment process look like for you? I know, Jacob, you already touched on that a little bit. And Kelly talked about your relationship already with the coach, but what does that recruitment process look like for a student athlete? And then what does kind of a day in the life of a student athlete look like on campus? So Kelly, do you want to start us off?
So with recruitment, Steve contacted us all separately and was like, hey, do y'all want to, like, he hosted open gyms. So we were able to, there were a lot of girls that would just come out, wanted to play, even if they were seniors in high school, even juniors in high school, they were allowed to come to the open gyms and just see how it was. And Steve would just sit and watch, not really do any coaching. And it would just let us get reps in and some touches, and he could observe and see, oh, would I want to recruit them? So then with recruitment, he would just contact us and tell us he's interested and come watch him play. And a typical practice or a day in my life, we're in the weight room a lot. And then usually it's like after school, we'll go to the weight room and then start practice. And while I'm in school, I'm taking 2 classes or 3. It just depends on the season. So we have to have 12 credit hours. So I just base my classes off of that and then do my schoolwork first, and then I'm able to play.
Jacob, do you want to go ahead and share?
Yes, the recruitment process for me was sort of similar to Kelly's. I really wanted to play golf. I wasn't sure if I was going to go to a 4-year university or what I was going to do at all. And I found Davidson Davie and ended up looking up and finding out that they had a golf team, and emailed the coach, our coach now, Coach Branscombe. And he came out while I was still in high school playing for them and came and watched me play, and kept in contact with me over the summer and told me that I should come to our early season and that I'd be a part of the team, which was really cool to experience. But a day in the life for me is I have my normal classes Monday through Friday. Most of the time I'm not there all day long, especially with COVID. It's been a little weird. But I have some sort of schoolwork that I do during the day, and then about 2 o'clock, depending on the day, if I have time, I'll go to the gym. And then most of the time I'll go out later in the evening now it's a little cooler, but during the summertime I would go out and during the evening when it was a little cooler and hopefully hit a few balls and play a little bit just to keep up some practice. So that's.
And just to, so that folks are aware, practice schedule, you practicing daily with your teams in season, and what does your competition or game schedule look like?
Yeah, we do practice daily. It's every day after school. From about 3 o'clock, we have a 3-hour session. It depends daily on what we do. Sometimes, we're strictly on the range. Sometimes we're strictly in the putting green around the chipping greens, or sometimes we're out on the course hitting different difficult shots. And our coach is putting us in places that, we're not normally at, but it's a difficult situation. We have to think are the best way out of it to get out of where we are. When we go off for matches, normally we take a van and we all pile in and ride to wherever we're going. Davidson pays for our hotel room, and we get meals through Davidson. It's actually a really fun experience to go down and hang out with everybody. We still have to keep up with schoolwork. You know, we have to let our teachers know that we're not going to be in class. It's something that you have to take the maturity to do. But it's a lot of fun when we go. I enjoy it a lot.
Thanks. Kelly, do you want to share briefly?
Yes. So we usually practice every day. Sometimes we get Fridays off, and we will travel. The farthest we've traveled is probably Virginia or South Carolina, but we play D1 and D2 and D3 teams. So the competition always varies. And it's always fun to stay overnight with all your teammates, and it's like really good family bonding time that they provide for us.
Great. Thank you. And so for the others, I know you mentioned getting involved on campus and that there are lots of opportunities that you would totally say that that's one of the things that students should do. But how can you find out about all the different clubs and organizations, and how do you go about actually being able to participate? Is there, I think the question's a little bit more of where, is there a list? Is there a way to engage and learn about the opportunities, and how can you actually get started on that journey?
So for me, it's a little different because, like I said, Steve and I have like always known each other, but he just reached out to us, and like Jacob said, anyone who is interested could also reach out to Steve by the athletic pages on Davidson Davie.
Great. And
Caitlin,
Joshua,
can I add something to that too?
Yeah.
Our office utilizes a software platform called Campus Labs Engage, and we house everything co-curricular on that platform. So if students are looking for a particular student organization, they can go right to Campus Labs Engage. If they're looking to see what is happening this week on campus, they can go right to Campus Labs Engage. And we have all these other resources housed on that software platform as well.
okay, thank you. And Joshua, do you have any other things to add there?
I do. So the school is really superb at making you updated on current events and current things. Like for student government, when I first figured out about student government, heard based off an email, then sent Ms. Watts an email talking about my interest and stuff like that. And that's really how I started getting involved on campus. A similar thing with Trio Scholars. That's if you qualify, I 100% recommend it. It has helped me out tremendously. But most of the time, the school knows your data, they know your circumstances, and most of the time you'll get a general email. And what you have to do is you can either email the instructor or whoever's running the club, tell them that you're interested, and then honestly, they'll probably reach out to you, schedule a meeting or something like that, and then you'll take it from there. So it's pretty simple to get involved. Yeah.
And Darlene, I know a little bit about your story. Do you want to share anything about how you went about getting involved? Any advice for anybody there?
Yeah, when I first came here, I was like very interested in joining the SGA, but I didn't really know like what to do. And then I got an email one day and I said I was like interested, and then I got a position. And then afterwards, I had somebody else talk to me about the student ambassadors, and I was like kind of hesitant first because like I was like, I don't really know if I'm gonna like it, just like with any other club, because you don't know exactly what's gonna happen. So I got into the student ambassadors, and it changed my life, like literally. It was like a different experience for me, being able to be with a lot of people and help out with the college, with helping out at events, or like making our own events to help other students engage. And I'm really happy, like, you know, whenever you get the chance to do something, or when somebody like offers you that opportunity, I think it's best to take that chance, just like how I did, and I certainly don't regret it.
Could I possibly add one more thing if
Go for it.
we're not too short on time? And I also wanted to add on to what I was saying earlier. Make sure to research our website. That's something that should really be fundamental, because this is kind of embarrassing to say, but I learn about new things that we offer, new resources that we offer almost every day. We have an overabundance of stuff for our student body. So yeah, make sure you look at our website, because there may be something that maybe is slipping our brain at the moment. But I'm sure if you're thinking of it, it's probably there for you.
Awesome. Thanks. And we are running a little short on time, but I'm going to ask one final question of you. What has been your favorite experience at Davidson Davie so far? It could be an event. It could be a classroom experience. So let's start with Alyssa.
That one's kind of hard, but I think I gotta say that my favorite experience was doing the Operation Christmas that we did, because the ambassadors and a lot of others helped and packed up all the boxes, and everyone was so generous to bring in toys too. And then we took it, and they were so happy and so thankful and gracious of everything that the school and the community did. So it was just a really fun experience, and it was nice to see all their happy faces.
Great. Jacob?
Having Chick-fil-A come to the campus has been my favorite. It was great after a calculus exam that I had. It was just nice to come outside and have that there.
That is a feature of the campus, isn't it? It's a nice one. Awesome. Kelly?
Well, the highlight of my year has been obviously volleyball season, and every game that we have, the basketball team likes to come and they stand in the corner of the gym and they cheer us on when we're playing. And it's just like the energy is my favorite thing, and everyone supports everybody. So it's just like a good atmosphere for us.
That's awesome. And Darlene?
Definitely Fall Fest. It was like my first one that I attended, and I got to help out with, because the ambassadors help like sell cotton candy. But apart from that, like we were able to walk around and do different activities. And for me, it was like the first time I had like fun on campus, because of everything with COVID, like, you know, not a lot of things were happening. But I'm really looking forward now to Spring Fling, and hopefully it'll be like the same fun experience that I had with Fall Fest.
Awesome. It was fun. That was a busy day on campus. So it was an awesome to be a part of the experience too. And then Joshua.
So I've had many memorable experiences with Davidson Davie, but I have to say here in DC at the legislative event probably takes the cake. Yesterday, I met Congressman Ted Budd. That was quite fascinating talking to him. Today, we just got back from Capitol Hill. We met with Senator Tillis and Senator Burr, and that was a quite fascinating experience. And me and Dr. Hartness just took a walk, saw some of the monuments, and it was really remarkable. I never thought that would come to fruition. So that's definitely a memorable experience.
That's awesome. I'll say that sounds like it's a great opportunity that you're able to take advantage of, thanks to Davidson Davie and your leadership. So congratulations, and glad that you're able to take advantage of that. Well, I think those are all the questions. Let me just double check one more time if anybody on Facebook has anything else. But I think we are concluding the event. So just really appreciate all the insight that our students provided throughout this event. And there was contact information for all of our coaches. If you have any questions, and I know that Lynn Watts and Sharika Usher are welcome you to come to the Student Life in Brooks Student Center anytime. If you want to get involved or want to learn about different opportunities to get involved on campus. But just really appreciate you all for joining, our panelists for sharing wonderful words of wisdom and sharing about their experience at Davidson Davie, and hope that you can hear yourself in some of their voices and join us on campus in the near future. But hope that you have a great rest of the evening and look forward to engaging with you more soon. Thanks so much, everyone.
Thank you.